Any day of the week, Omar Rodriguez's home in Edinburgh, Texas, is a hive of activity. The father of 8 works full-time and homeschools his children with his wife, Claire.
The end.
But this past summer, Rodriguez had to make time for the fight of his life. The 47-year-old was diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer. He had surgery to remove his tumor and is now receiving chemotherapy. As you sit here right now, how do you feel?
Exhausted. Exhausted. Just walking gets me tired right now.
When he finishes chemo in February, even if he's cancer-free, there's still the worry that his fight isn't over.
Even after my chemotherapy, I think it's at 69% after 5 years that I'll have more cancer, more colon cancer somewhere else.
So Rodriguez volunteered for a clinical trial using targeted vaccines to prevent colon cancer from recurring. This trial uses an mRNA vaccine, the same technology being used to stop the coronavirus. In fact, the company behind this new immunotherapy, BIONTECH, helped develop a COVID vaccine with Pfizer. The treatment, which is in clinical trials, works like this. A tumor sample will be sent to BioNTech's lab in Germany. Researchers there will isolate microscopic mutations unique to that patient's cancer cells and create a personalized vaccine that teaches the patient's immune system to recognize and attack these markers if they ever return. The trial is led by Dr. Scott Kopetz at MD Anderson. We introduced you to Dr. Kopetz when he treated my brother, Lawrence Meadows, for colon cancer. Sadly, Lawrence lost his battle this time last year. It's been roughly 4 years since we sat here and talked about another experimental vaccine that my brother was going to use. That one sadly did not work. How is this one different from the one that Lawrence used?
So we're using an mRNA vaccine, which we think may be a better approach to stimulating the immune system to recognize these foreign proteins in the body.
Patients in this trial are being treated much earlier in their disease, before their cancer has the chance to spread. Using a new technology called liquid biopsy, researchers can now identify microscopic signs of recurring cancer in a person's bloodstream. Explain why that's so critical.
We've really not been able to see cancer in the body until it gets big enough to show up on a CT scan. But now, by testing the blood, we can tell with very high degree of certainty whether or not there's microscopic cancer cells remaining in the body.
New treatments like this one need volunteers like Rodriguez. He'll get his first shot after he finishes chemo in February. For him, it's all about helping others. You know, just the word vaccine has become a bit of a hot button these days.
That's part of the reason we're here. You know, the people at this company that came up with the COVID vaccine, that were working on the cancer vaccine, you know, they were ahead of the curve. It was the fact that they had been working on it for so many years that allowed them to come up with that COVID vaccine so quickly.
How will you know if and when the vaccine is working?
Well, I believe there's quite a few treatments, and then there's a lot of follow-up. Hopefully it's going to do its job, do it well, and make sure that cancer doesn't come back.
As part of this treatment, Rodriguez will need to get 1 shot of vaccine every week for 6 weeks with a few more shots throughout the year. But Dr. Kopetz says they may be a couple of years away from knowing how well this works, but we do know for certain if it weren't for volunteers like my brother, like Omar, these medical advances would be a lot harder to make. So folks who raise their hand and they say, you know, try it on me, thank God for them.
Absolutely. I mean, they're courageous, and they're doing such a service and taking something that's so hard for them and trying to do something for someone else. It's really quite beautiful. Yep. And how's Lawrence's family doing?
They're, you know, hanging in. It's been a year, December 9th, but they're hanging in. You're very kind to ask. But yes, they are, all things considered, doing okay.
Well, we're going to keep up this good work.
Yes, we
that
are.
You are doing.
Friend. Yes, we are.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Find your favorite recipes, celebrity interviews, uplifting stories, shop our favorite deals, and so much more with the Today app. Download it now.